Alright, you are the title. I'm here in 2K13 and we're going to sim to 2025. Rosters are in some way similar today, and of course many differences. The Heat, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, sure y'all know the GOAT Mario Chalmers, defending champs who would go and win it again. OKC just lost the finals. Harden is still on the team though. Got the Spurs who would win the championship in 2 seasons. Lowry's first year on the Raptors. Got the Kobe and Dwight Howard Lakers with Gasol and Nash there too. Carmelo on the Knicks. Chris Paul and Blake. The Wash Celtics. D Rose is 92, Kyrie's an 83, John Wall's also an 83, Curry's an 82. Let's get right into it though. Question of the day: if y'all could change the results of one NBA season, what would it be? Honestly, I can't think of one, so y'all can let me know in the comments. And of course, while you're at it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. LeBron's the MVP, AD's Rookie of the Year, Dwight Howard DPOY, Nuggets won 61 games. Shout out Josh Smith. I got real draft classes on, by the way. Let's see how these 2013 playoffs go. The Heat lose in the conference final to the Philadelphia 76ers. Evan Turner, Thaddeus Young, and Drew Holiday beat the Big Three Heat. Kwame Brown's there too, but the Sixers will fall to the Lakers. So Kobe gets number 6. Dwight Howard, this whole crew are NBA champions. Shout out to him. That's pretty unexpected though. Dwight Howard is Finals MVP. Vince Carter retires like 8 years early. Hopefully I'm not sabotaging the Blazers, but I think the automation stuff actually works in this game. Spurs start number 1 in the power rankings. Their roster hasn't changed though. In fact, it's only gotten worse, so I don't know why they're so high. Giannis was drafted by the Magic first overall. Chris Paul went to the Cavs. That's crazy. Rudy Gobert went to the Bobcats with Kemba. Anybody else who's significant who was just drafted? Then I forget. Let's go into the 13-14 season. Bronze MVP again. Giannis Rookie of the Year. But Howard's DPOY. Other than the MVP, I'll probably just show y'all all the stuff at the end. And it was only Giannis and Gobert in this year's rookie class. The Thunder will prevail in 2014 as the Heat lose in the conference final again, this time to Chicago. Spurs beat the Lakers this time, but then they got swept by the Thunder. OKC beats Chicago 4 for 14 from Derrick Rose. That's a tough way to go out. 23-12 for Westbrook as the Thunder Big Three, they stay together and they get it done. Westbrook is the Finals MVP. KG retires. Steve Nash retires. Going into 2015, the Hawks start number 1 in the power ranking. Josh Smith, Iwan Iguodala, and Horford. FT's at 77. Carmelo is now at Blake Griffin on the Clippers. Andrew Wiggins was drafted by the Celtics, so he'll be with Rondo and a washed Paul Pierce. Embiid went to the Cavs. Kyrie went down 8 overall. What happened? Oh, it's because he's coming off the bench and the damn morale is on. Normally I turn that off, but unfortunately it's on. So that's an interesting development. Kyrie requested a trade because he's coming off the bench and he doesn't like it. Jokic went to the T-Wolves. These are the defending champs. 14-15, let's go. KD is a 2015 MVP. The Thunder go back-to-back, beating Philadelphia, who makes the finals again. They swept Miami this time. Miami cannot get out of the East in this universe. Wade had 40, LeBron had 38, but that did not matter. Sixers really don't have that great of a team. I mean, they got Bynum, who's an 89, but I'm pretty sure that's their highest overall. Yet here they are in 2 finals. OKC wins the 115-102 in Game 7. KD's Finals MVP this time. Thunder, doing what they were supposed to do. Duncan retires, Paul Pierce does. Cavs start number 1 in the power rankings this time. Kyrie is still there. They did not grant his trade request. Thinks that he deserves better. He's still on the bench, but his overall went up. Don't know how that works. Cavs got a brilliant big 4 here though. We'll see what they can do. Devin Booker went to the Suns. Great job, 2K. Porzingis went to the Pistons. Towns went to the Hornets. AD and Towns back there. Dirk is on the Heat. That's hilarious. Paul George is on the Grizzlies. Just noticed that. Yeah, he just signed with them, or maybe he was traded in the offseason. Will anybody be able to dethrone the Thunder? That is what we are going to find out as we head into the 2016 season. Braun MVP again. Shout out Jeremy Lin on first team All-NBA. Averaged 23 a game with the Magic this year. Unfortunately, Jeremy Lin and the Magic didn't make the playoffs, so we can't see a Linsanity playoff run. But we do see the Cavs win the 2016 championship, just like in real life. Clearly, it's written. LeBron wasn't here, though. It's Embiid, Chris Paul, and Kyrie who get the job done. Kyrie still coming off the bench, and he's pissed again. I don't know if they're, baiting and switching him every time. Hey, Kyrie, this season you'll start, and then by the end of it, he's not starting. But hey, won the championship, though. Went and beat the Heat in the playoffs. T-Wolves took care of the Thunder, and so that's how this season goes. CP3 gets his ring and Finals MVP. T-Mac just retired in his 2016. That's kind of crazy. Defending champions are number 1 in the power ranking. T-Wolves got a terrific roster. Won't be surprised if they get back to the finals. Siakam goes to the Rockets. LaMarcus Aldridge is now on the Knicks. So is Klay Thompson, and they drafted Ben Simmons. Knicks may be on the come up here if Simmons overall increases, in time. LeBron, Wade, and Bosh are still together, not leaving just yet, if at all. Jamal Murray went to the Celtics. These are the defending champs. Kyrie's still upset. They also went and drafted DeJounte Murray. That's crazy. crazy. They got the 11th overall pick somehow, so whoever they fleeced in the trade, congratulations. Wizards got Wall Beal and Anthony Randolph. Interesting big three. 16-17 season, will the Cavs become the Warriors of this universe? Jeremy Lin is the 2017 MVP. Didn't realize Jaylen Brown went to the Jazz. Magic were #1 in the East. T-Wolves are back to #1 in the West. Champs are at 3. I know it's the Heat at 5. Is Jeremy Lin about to have the greatest season of all time? No, unfortunately they lose to the Heat, and the Heat actually win it, so good for them. LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Miami Big Three gets another ring several years later. You know, obviously Bosh wasn't even playing anymore by this point. D-Wade was in Chicago and LeBron was back in Cleveland, but they get it done, beating the T-Wolves, who lose a second straight final. Dirk's on here too. He lost to his former team. That's tough for him. Giannis and Jeremy Lin, what a duo. 4 for 10 in game 5. Heat to prevail in 2017. LeBron the finals MVP. Kobe retires. Dirk retires in the T-Wolves. The Hornets top the power rankings this year. AD and Towns with Gary Irving, Eric Gordon, and Avery Bradley. See what they can do. Lillard has left the Blazers and has joined Porzingis and Greg Monroe in Detroit. De'Aaron Fox goes to the Sixers. They lost 2 finals earlier in the sim, haven't been back. Derek White goes to the Bucks. Chris Paul is now in Chicago. He leaves Cleveland. So is Kyrie back to starting? He's still not very happy. Lonzo goes to the Grizzlies with Paul George. The defending champs, Bosh it down to a 79, but hey, they got their second ring together just like in real life. Derrick Rose is now on the Jazz with 95 Derek Favors, 92 Corey McDonald, and an 88 Jaylen Brown. They could get crazy in Utah. Bam Adebayo went to the Kings. Russell Westbrook is on the Lakers. Great job, 2K. Jeremy Lin's out here winning MVP at an 82 overall, but I'm all here for it. Jason Tatum went to the Nets. Donovan Mitchell went to the Nuggets, just like in real life, I think. 17-18 season. Derrick Rose is a 2018 MVP in Utah. Kyrie just won Most Improved, and so it looks like he is back starting. Good for him. Shout out Harrison Barnes making second team. The reigning MVP is not on any All-NBA team. That's tough. I missed Markelle, who's also on the Grizzlies. I think the Hornets were #1 in the power ranking. They're the 7th seed. We'll see. No, they make it out of the first round. Good for them. And the Cavs win another championship. No Chris Paul, no problem. As they beat the Hornets, I wasn't expecting them to make the finals. They actually do. But shout out Kyrie back in the starting lineup, and he's dropping 31 in the closeout game. He's probably finals MVP. Yes, he is. Shout out Kyrie. For legacy purposes, you know, you can't say Chris Paul carried him or nothing, because the second he leaves, he goes and wins finals MVP, as we just saw Pau Gasol retire on the Warriors. Cavs got 2 rings in this sim now. Them and the Thunder, the only team to win it multiple times. Hornets are #1 in the power rankings again. Their roster did not change. The Hawks did though. They got DeMarcus Cousins, Sabonis, and Tyreek Evans. What a big 3 they got. Dwight Howard goes from the Lakers to the Clippers. He'll be with Blake Griffin now. These are the defending champions. Now DeJounte is mad. Man, the Cavs have too many great guards. Somebody's going to be upset because they're not going to be playing. Ayton goes to CP3 on the Bulls. Is how the Thunder look now, in case y'all were wondering. They got Derek Favors. I don't think they had him before. Yeah, no, just this season. Luka joins Devin Booker in Phoenix. Look at the Spurs now. They got Juan Soto if he played basketball. They got SGA as well. And Tony Parker's still there to 69 overall. Trae Young joins D. Mitch on the Nuggets. Carmelo's on the Lakers with Russ. Great job, 2K. Jalen Brunson goes to Sacramento. 18-19 season. Chris Paul is the 2019 MVP. Shout out John Wall on first team. Triple J went to the Blazers. Don't think I pointed that out before. Also saw the Bulls when they won 61 games. And so is CP3 about to get his second ring with another team? No, they blow a lead in the second round, and the Cavs are champions again. This time they beat the Clippers in the final. 111-92 in game 5. OKC went and beat the 1 seed Spurs. That's something. It was a 6-8 conference final. Cleveland was a 2 seed. They prevail. Kyrie back-to-back finals MVP. They remain top of the power rankings. Zion gets drafted by the Bucks. No surprise they're winning with this big 4. They just got Ricky Rubio. Oh, did they replace Kyrie with Ricky Rubio? Kyrie's time in Cleveland comes to an end, and I got Ricky Rubio in there, so we'll see where he went. Ja went to the Grizzlies. Great job, 2K. Garland went to the Lakers. Former MVP Jerry Lin's down at a 75. What happened? Only averaged 13 last year. Harden is on the Rockets. Terrific job, 2K. Kyrie went to the Spurs, and so a Kyrie and SGA backcourt. That should be good. Tyler Hero goes to the Warriors. That's terrific. He's got loads of spacing. Clay is no longer here, but still. Playing with Curry, he'll be able to shoot the lights out with them. 1920 season, bubble edition, but this time it's in Jacksonville. Don't ask why. Domantas Sabonis is the 2020 MVP. 2K13 is wild. Hawks are the 1 seed. Out of curiosity, they won 55 games. Cavs won 54. They were 1 game better than the defending champs. How will that matter in the playoffs? It won't. They lose first round. That's tough. The Phoenix Suns are the 2020 champions. champs. The Jeremy Lin Giannis Magic made it to the conference final but couldn't get through. Shout out to the Raptors for making the final, but Luka, Devin Booker, Kawhi is here, and Drew Holiday. They are the 2020 NBA champs. Big Game 6 win. Devin Booker is Finals MVP. Cavs are #1 again. Halliburton goes to the Trailblazers. These are the defending champs. What a roster they have. Didn't even realize. SGA is pissed because he's coming off the bench, right? Yup. There are too many great guards in the league. Anthony Davis is now on the Pacers. First year leaving New Orleans. Oh, Giannis has left the Magic for the Denver Nuggets. He'll be with Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young, who's really mad. And 91 Brandon Knight and 36-year-old Chris Bosh. Chris Paul is now in Brooklyn with Tatum. 3 years in Chicago, 3 successful years, even though he couldn't win another ring. Jeremy Lin is also no longer on the Magic. End of an era in Orlando, unfortunately. Paul George is on the Knicks now with Simmons. Clay went to Sacramento. Anthony Edwards was also just drafted here. Tyrese Maxey goes to the Heat with a 35-year-old LeBron. Both Ball brothers are here in Memphis, and that has Ja ready to crash out. Wade came to the Clippers. 2021 reigning Finals MVP is the 2021 MVP. Shout out Mike Brown and the Rockets. Shout out Ricky Rubio on third team, who will take it home this season. It is the Suns who go back-to-back. They beat the Cavs, so battle of the Titans, and it's Phoenix who prevails. Shout out Luka with 23, 8, and 5. 1-2 in the conference final in both conferences. You love to see it. Cavs beat Gobert, and Dwight Howard is now in Charlotte. Great job 2K again. Devin Booker back-to-back Finals MVP. D-Wade retires on the Clippers. Chris Bosh retires on the Nuggets. Bulls are top team in the power rankings. Ja is now on the Trailblazers. He's mad though because he's not playing. Cade Cunningham goes to the T-Wolves. KD is no longer in OKC. Mobley's on the Nuggets now. Sengun's on the Lakers. LeBron is on Sacramento. Oh, he was traded last season. Wow. The King is on the Kings. And Anthony Edwards is mad because he's not playing. Where is Kevin Durant? Bradley Beal is over here in New Orleans now. Westbrook is in Atlanta now. Triple J's in Memphis as well. Terrific job 2K. KD is on the Clippers with Blake Griffin. 1-2 rings in OKC. Now can he bring some rings to the boring side of Staples Center? Because of course in this universe they're still there. 22 season. Donovan Mitchell is the 2022 MVP. Shout out my man Scotty for Rookie of the Year. Ennis Cantor made third team. Was he even still in the league by this point? These were all the rookies in case I missed anybody. Don't remember. Suns are second seed again. Are they about to start a new dynasty? If it's going to be anybody's turn, I would propose the Nuggets, but we'll see what happens. No, it's the Hornets who win the championship. The Nuggets cruised their way to the conference final, but then lost to the Hornets. Giannis, Mitchell, Mobley, Trae Young, loaded team, but can't get to the finals. It's Bradley Beal, both of Kyrie Irving's cousins, and Karl Anthony Towns and Eric Gordon who get the job done as they beat the Knicks. Knicks also have a good roster. Ben Simmons, Paul George. They had Klay Thompson in the past, but now he's in Sacramento, I think. Kozlov at 48 points in Game 6. It wasn't enough though. New Orleans Hornets get the job done. They've been top in the power rankings before. Gary Irving is Finals MVP. Everybody and their mother retires this year. Carmelo retiring on the Hawks. Bobcats start season #1. We'll see what their roster's looking like. Lillard's now here with Rudy Gobert, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist at the 90, and Dominic Howard. Jesus, I don't know who I was thinking of there. Dwight Howard. Wiggins and Jamal Murray have been together this whole time, I think, but Celtics haven't done anything. Harden and Chet Holmgren are now both on the Heat. The defending champs right here. Shout out to them. Jazz, they've also had a nice big three for a while. And Donovan Mitchell is now here on the Jazz. Great job 2K. King James is still on the Kings at an 85. This is probably his last season. Paolo went to the Magic. 2K has been cooking this simulation. DeRozan's also here on the Magic, but he's mad. Jokic leaves Minnesota for Detroit, so he's here with Porzingis and Greg Monroe. Jalen Williams went to the Raptors. Me personally though, I'm wondering, where did former MVP Jeremy Lin go? Maybe we'll find out in the playoffs as we go into the 22-23 season. Damian Lillard is the 2023 MVP. SGA 6-man, somebody's mad. Shout out Scotty on second team. Blazers might have made the playoffs for the first time this sim. Once again, I take no blame for sabotaging them. Will they go anywhere though? Playing the Lakers in round 1. Oh, they almost came back from 3-0 down, but they lose game 7, and the Lakers will get all the way to the finals, but lose to the Charlotte Bobcats. MVP Damian Lillard and Dwight Howard and Rudy Gobert get the job done. Shout out to them. Kevin Love's here on the Lakers. Traded this season, could not win. Braun, the Kings made it to the conference final before they lost to the Lakers. Damian Lillard is Finals MVP. Is LeBron going to retire? No, he's not. Bulls top the preseason power rankings. They've been top before. I don't think they've won a championship before in this video though. These are the defending champions though. There are 2 years left and the Nuggets have yet to win. Embiid leaves Cleveland for Portland. Now they got a big three of Embiid, Ja, and Tyrese Halliburton. It might be over. over. This honestly becomes my favorite. Can Giannis, Mobley, and Trae Young do something? LeBron is on the Dallas Mavericks now. 1-year deal. Kings still got a great roster though. Kyrie is back in Cleveland. That is hilarious. This is the top team. John Wall is over in Chicago with Ayton, Dick Barlow, and Franz Wagner. 2 more rings to be won in this video. Who will win them? Dick Barlow is the MVP. Amen Thompson went to the Rockets. Another W for 2K. Shout out Phil Slaughter. He's been like coach of the year before. Wemby went to the Hornets. I didn't see him. 1 seeds Memphis and Chicago this year. Chicago was top of the power rankings. Defending champs are 2nd seed. Who takes it in 2023? The Jazz do, and it's 2024. But the Utah Jazz, who were the 3rd seed, they beat the defending champions. Shout out D Rose, Jaylen Brown, D Mitch. Utah Jazz definitely a team, you know, that makes sense that they're here. Pretty sure they've topped the power rankings before in this video. Second last chip of this video is heading to Utah with Donovan Mitchell. And everybody and their mother retires again, including LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Kevin Love. All 3 of them are champions in this video, I think. LeBron, 6-time MVP, 2-time champ, 2-time finals MVP, 16-time All-Star. Led the league in points once in this sim. Stayed in Miami all the way up until 2021, where of course he was traded to Sacramento, traded to Dallas in his last season, or signed with Dallas in his last season. Career stats: 22, 6.6, and 6, 49, 34, 76, 37,988 points for LeBron. We'll check out Chris Paul's stats too. Won a championship with Cleveland, 2019 MVP with Chicago, 11-time All-Star. Spent the last 4 years of his career in Brooklyn. All of his numbers: 16, 8, and 4 in his career, 45, 37, 86, 24,152 points, 11,713 assists. And we'll check out Kevin Love too. Why not? He won a ring, right? Oh no, he didn't. He made a finals in the Lakers, I think, but they lost. And he was with Minnesota all the other times. Yeah, they had great teams in Minnesota. Him, Ricky Rubio, and Jokic was a great big 3, but they could never win. Chris Paul and LeBron both go to the Hall of Fame. Kings top the power rankings as we go into the last year of this sim. Oh, the reigning MVP has joined the Warriors. That's interesting. Just him and Tyler Hero though. Curry's at a 73 overall. Kings though, they've had a good roster for a good minute. Gary Irving, he just came here. He's mad though because he's not playing. He was traded here, so it probably wasn't his choice. Maybe that's why he's so upset. These are the defending champions. Beal, Wemby, and Kemba. Risache went to the Hornets as well. They won earlier in the sim, but of course, you know, Wemby and Risache haven't. Ben Simmons is now in Miami. Grizzlies, they've had both Ball brothers. Been 1 seed before, but obviously haven't won. Stephon Castle goes to KD's Clippers. Rubio's now in Boston. Devin Booker left Phoenix for Chicago. Lillard's now in Philadelphia with De'Aaron Fox. Sarr is on the Blazers. It's Luka and Towns here in Phoenix now, as Towns left the Pelicans, or the Pelicans, the Hornets in this universe. Kawhi's in Houston now. Giannis and the Nuggets. This is their last chance. Who will get the last ring of the sim? Donovan Mitchell is the MVP, the 2nd time in his career, I think. Risache won Rookie of the Year this past season. We'll see all the rookies in a sec, just like I will see all the DPOYs and every other award. Final NBA teams though, I'll show you all this. 2nd team, shout out Siakam. He's been on the Rockets this whole time, putting up pretty nice numbers. Solid career stats for Pascal Siakam. 4-time All-Star. And 3rd team here, all defense. And 2nd team, all defense. And then rookies, pretty sure I saw everybody. Sacramento's the 1 seed. Chicago's the 1 seed. Last ring to be won. Who wins it? The Detroit Pistons win. I did not expect that. The Pistons beat the Trailblazers in the final. So it's Porzingis, Shumpert, Jokic gets his ring. You'll love to see that because he was on Minnesota for lots of years losing. They had real great teams but could never pull through, but Jokic gets it done as a member of the Detroit Pistons. So shout out to him, 9-time All-Star, now a champion. And Harrison Barnes, he was on the Warriors. He had a pretty good sim. Yeah, 1st year leaving the Warriors, gets a ring. They beat the Trailblazers, who finally made the finals, but then they got smoked. Sarr 1 for 7. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. Everybody shot bad. They clamped them up. Porzingis is the finals MVP. Shout out to him. And that is the 25 season. Blake Griffin, KD, Jimmy Butler, and Westbrook, and Dwight Howard all retire. So does Harden. KD at 36 years old, after 4 years on the Clippers, calls it a career. He's a 2-time champion with the Thunder. 24, 8, and 3, 48, 40, 87. How many points does he have? 34,465. So I'm pretty sure LeBron is the all-time leading scorer. Shout out KD though. 1-time MVP, 2-time champ, 16-time All-Star, a bunch of All-NBAs too, of course. Blake Griffin retires. He is unfortunately not an NBA champion. He was on good teams, Clippers and Bulls. 17 and 10, 53 from the field. Jimmy Butler did not win any award in this universe. He played for a while though, 15 years. He was a good support player, I guess you can say. 10 minutes a game over 15 years, you're doing something right. And Westbrook, he is a champ with KD. Obviously, these are his career stats, playing with, of course, the Thunder, the Lakers, and Atlanta. 19-4 and 6.5, 47-33, 81, 26,459 points, 8,932 assists, 5,901 rebounds as well. Never averaged a triple-double in this universe, but he's that guy, we know. Dwight Howard has also retired. He is a champion, two-time champion, 10 years apart. Bunch of All-Stars, All-NBAs too as well, DPOY as well. In this sim, he was on the Lakers, then the Clippers, then the Bobcats, and the Jazz. Won, of course, with the Lakers and the Bobcats. Career stats, if y'all are wondering, 18, almost 11, and almost 1 assist a game. James Harden also retired, two-time champ on the Thunder, of course. But after the Thunder, he was in Houston, then Miami and Toronto, and then Toronto and LA. Averaged 13.5 points, 46, 40, 85. Wasn't, 36 a game superstar, but he was great. Those are all the people that retired. Shout out Dwayne Casey, Raptors legend, and Spoelstra. They also retired. KD, Dwight Howard, and Westbrook all go to the Hall of Fame. So now we will check out league history. Actually, no, we'll check out records first because I always forget them. Nobody set any single game records. Playoff, Cedric Soto in the 2019 playoffs got 10 threes in the game. Single season records now. Steph Curry does have the single season 3-point record with 278 in 2018. Brandon Rush had the highest 3-point percentage, and Dame had the highest free throw percentage in 2020, sinking 98.5%. Domantas Sabonis had the most fouls in 2024 with 390. Career records, I'm not sure if this is LeBron. This might still be Kareem. LeBron might have been at 37 or 36 because LeBron's showing up there with 60,000 minutes, and so I don't think LeBron passed Kareem in this universe, which is quite something. Ray Allen still has most three-pointers made. Dwight Howard is the most games played. Now for the league leaders, because we didn't see this, all the league leaders in points, shout out Luka, Kyrie, KD, D-Book, Klay Thompson, Westbrook, D Rose, and LeBron. They were all the players to win it in this sim. Rebounds, Sengun Adebayo, Ayton, Cantor, Blake Griffin, Bynum, AD, Rudy Gobert, Dwight Howard, and Kevin Love. Assists, Trae Young, Simmons, De'Aaron Fox, John Wall, Chris Paul, Brandon Jennings, Rondo, Conley, Dragic, and Steve Nash. Steals, Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio, De'Aaron Fox, Hans Creamer, what a name, Chris Paul, Curry, MVP, Jeremy Lin, Rondo, Drew Holiday, and Curry again. Blocks, Drummond, Bismack Biyombo, 4 years in a row, Rudy Gobert, shout out Biyombo again, Bynum, Ibaka, and Tyrese Thomas, and Brook Lopez. I always forget, do we start in 13 or 14? I think it was 12-13. And the big minutes, Triple J, Tatum, Rubio, Blake Griffin, Abe Barry, Cantor, LeBron, Curry, McDonald, Jennings, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Kobe. Now for the season awards, we saw all the MVPs, but in case y'all forgot, here they all are. Shout out LeBron and Donovan Mitchell for winning multiple MVPs in the simulation, and shout out 2017 Jeremy Lin for an all-timer. Rookies of the year, here they all are. Oh, shout out to Sabonis too, he was also MVP. 2020, yup, 17 and 20 were clearly the two best years of the competition. Six man, shout out LaMelo, Jimmy Hunt, SGA, that dude, Jimmer Fredette, Bam Adebayo, Nolan Smith, Simmons, Kyrie, even though he was real upset while being six man of the year, but he still was, and Jordan Crawford in the first year. DPOY, Ben Simmons, AD, DeMarcus Cousins, Dwight Howard. There was only like 4 people who won it in all these years. AD won it 7 times, Simmons won it 4. Shout out to them. Most improved, I see Trae Young, I see Hans Creamer, I see Kyrie, I see Klay, and I see Goran Dragic, and Marcus Morris. Finally, the past champions, in case y'all forgot, going back to the first year, Dwight Howard, Kobe, Steve Nash, and the Lakers super team beat the Sixers. The Sixers never had that good of a team, but they made 2 finals. Don't know what was going on in the Eastern Conference, but then OKC won the next 2 years. KD and Russ trading finals MVPs, beating the Bulls and the 76ers. Then Chris Paul, Kyrie, and the Cavs won it, beating the T-Wolves. Then the Heat beat the T-Wolves back-to-back years, and so Kevin Love, Rubio, Jokic, great T-Wolves teams, but they could never do it. And then the Cavs with 2 more beating the Hornets and the Clippers. CP3 was gone by this point, but Kyrie was leading the way. And then the Suns went and won 2 in a row. Luka and Devin Booker, who won the finals MVPs, beating the Raptors, and then the Cavs, who made it back to the finals. Then Kyrie's cousin, Gary Irving, won it with the Hornets, beating the Knicks. Then Lillard and the Bobcats beat the Lakers. Then the Jazz beat the Bobcats, who made it back to the finals. And then this past season, the Pistons beat the Portland Trailblazers in 5. So teams of the sim, it's gotta be Cleveland. They won 3 championships in the sim. Other best teams were the Suns and the Thunder with 2. Player of the sim, I'm honestly not sure. Nobody won a million MVPs. It was Donovan Mitchell had the most with 2. Donovan Mitchell and LeBron. So really nobody just dominated everybody else. Honestly, I'll give 2017 Jeremy Lin the player of the sim. sim because he was like 82 overall, having MVP first seed season. That was nuts. He was playing with Giannis, but that was crazy. Speaking of Giannis, disappointments in the sim gotta be the Nuggets because they never won, and you could also say the Magic because they didn't win. Two teams that Giannis was on, and Sacramento. They had some pretty good rosters but couldn't get it done. But that will be it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was fun. Great sim. 2K had a lot of, right predictions, and so shout out to them. But yeah, thanks y'all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you want more videos like this. And yeah, I'll see y'all later.